Hanfest is unlike any other festival. It's intimate, it's boutique, it's really all anyone is talking about. Being invite only, we're able to keep the crowd very exclusive, and that's really important to us. People have started saying it's the next Glastonbury, and they wouldn't be far off. We've had a lot of high profile guests from Nick Grimshaw to Rita Ora and Fern Cotton, but the festival all began with one person, and we wouldn't be here today without her. Hannah Martin's the founder and CEO of Hanfest. A lover of music and dance, she always dreamed of launching her own festival, and with a little help from her friends, she's done just that. Today we take a look behind the scenes and find out who Hannah Martin really is.
Since this code out, do you know what we're tonight? I'm really gonna have chicken
I first met Hannah 26 years ago, and hours after I was born, I think she suddenly realised that there was a younger Martin sibling in the household. And of course, inevitably, she was threatened. Instead of letting me flourish and be the better sister, she decided to take it out on me. Weeks after I was born, my mum found Hannah at the top of a steep staircase in our house. She was holding me in front of her, ready any minute to throw me down the stairs. This theme continued, and a few years later we were at my nan's house one summer when my parents were on holiday. And we used to spend our afternoons jumping between the beds, and we decided to spice things up a little, so we'd put our leg up in between and the other person had to jump over, but you always timed it so they didn't get caught, except for Hannah, who always had an agenda and decided to put her leg up just as I was jumping over, which then led to me smashing my face on the radiator and slicing my eyebrow open. But instead of running out and getting Nan and saving the day, she grabbed me, suffocated me to make sure that no one heard that I was crying. Basically making sure that her back was covered and Nan wouldn't think it was her.
Here's my vodka and tonic, the first of the evening. Cheers. Hannah danced with me at Rocks since she was absolutely tiny, and I'd love to tell you lots of really funny tales about her, but unfortunately she was an angel child. She was always really, really good, really kind, lovely, always smiling, you see. She was never a moody teenager, ever. And then I always knew she'd be a beautiful bride, because here she is, you see, as the bride from Calamity Jane.
We've known Hannah for over 20 years, from gym club to school and Rocks, our dance school.
We've done countless shows together, my favourite of which was Calamity Jane, where Hannah, you did indeed play Calamity Jane. I tried to find photos from that shoot, but unfortunately couldn't. What I did find was a photo of us together in Bugsy Malone.
My best memory has got to be when we used to think we were being very subtle, doing gymnastics at the back of the studio because we wanted a starring role. But it did pay off, because when we got the chance to do the double cartwheel, we were chuffed.
You were just amazing. You were such a delight to teach, always on time, always immaculate, and absolutely perfect.
Everyone's waiting for downtown.
Hannah and I have known each other for 27 years, and she's always been a bit of a rule breaker. When we were 4, we came up with a system to avoid going to the toilet. It was about a 3-minute walk probably, and we decided that was too far, so we thought we'd go to the loo outside in the playground. But Hannah, being Hannah, took it one step further and in fact decided to do a poo one day. One of the teachers came over and asked what we were up to. I think in fact she asked Hannah to stand up, but obviously Hannah couldn't. We were called into the headmistress's office and reprimanded. Our parents were called, and that was one of my first memories of Hannah.
And Hannah's unsanitary escapades didn't end there. With a taste for freedom and a rebellion against the machine, Hannah went on to tarnish many more social events and indeed friendships with this dirty habit.
I feel like this is my first memory, which was in the queue of Coco, and that was the first night of freshers. Hannah needed to wee in the queue, so she just started weeing in the queue, like, on the street, and I was so impressed and so shocked because I'd never seen anyone do that before. But she made me think it was very okay to do that, so literally after that I did it so many times, even after uni. Thankfully have stopped doing that, but I don't know if you have, Han.
Monday nights in Mooney's with Hannah as a fresher. Instead of waiting hours for the queue to the girls' loos, Hannah used to break into the cleaning closet, squat and piss all over the floor. And one fateful night, poor old Alice Gowdy followed her in, and much to her shock and horror got pissed on all over by Hannah and her gushing bladder.
When I visited Hannah at university, and we went clubbing in a club that I think was on the campus, and at some point we needed the loo, but instead of going to the loo, for some reason we ended up in this corridor, and Hannah was like, well, this is perfectly good enough as a toilet, and she squatted down behind a cabinet and peed on the carpeted floor of the corridor.
And that wasn't Hannah's only vice. Minesweeping drinks became another favourite pastime.
Hannah has always loved a bargain, and a particular hobby of hers was to minesweep other people's drinks. There was one particular time I remember that Hannah and Jess stole a whole pitcher of Long Island iced tea, so it was a big win. We were all celebrating. Hannah passed it to Jess. Jess was the first one to start drinking it, but it wasn't just Long Island iced tea, was it, Jess? Someone had actually bombed in it. So good tactic, Hannah. Never be the first one to try a Long Island iced tea, and always the bargain hunter.
With this liberal thinking, Hannah found it difficult in her teenage years to find a partner, and attending an all-girls school didn't help. In the absence of boys, Hannah took to cross-dressing and even partook in showmances with her peers.
This is my girlfriend, Marina. She's lovely, isn't she? Quite tall. She's going dancing now. What kind of dancing are you going? Street jazz. Street jazz? Yes. You're not going to say bye to your girlfriend? Yeah. Bye.
Hey Hannah. Hey. You might not remember me. We had something in 2003, 4 and 5. We were in love. It's Josh, by the way. I really do feel strongly about you still, and sorry, that's my partner. I just wish that it could have been me, and Jason's a really lucky guy. So wishing you all the best and the happiest and party ever. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm a millionaire and I work at Silicon Valley, so don't worry about him. We could still be together too. Happy hen party.
I'm reluctant to talk about this. We all made movies at Gabs's house. Lauren, Gabs and Hannah would dress up as the boys. We auditioned in front of Gabs to play the part of the girl who has a nervous breakdown. I remember we all just wore black coats at the end just to show a shift in tone and the symbolism of it all. It was really gritty. We thought it was really gritty.
Do you find this girl attractive?
She's not my type. I don't get your problem. What is it with me?
There's nothing wrong
Do you
with
not like my hair? Do you not like my eyes?
She's wearing enough clothes like in the music videos.
Yeah, I like people with a bit more clothes. Sure.
I remember in drama, GCSE drama, you did a devised piece and it had the line, "Why does Daddy always take out the trash?" And Mrs. Schilt didn't like it because she said it was just you showing off that you could do an American accent, and I thought that was funny.
When Hannah did eventually find love, she approached it with her usual zeal and enthusiasm.
A little something you might not know about Hannah is she had a dalliance with a celebrity, or a celebrity's son. It was a pretty big deal at the time. It made, headline news in Brighton. Happened at Alfresco's, Gabriella's 18th birthday. And it was a raging party, and Hannah snogged Patsy Palmer's son. Yeah. And he's actually now a celebrity himself.
We don't few glasses of wine. I can't remember if it was Emma Whittaker or Jess, but Hannah just goes, yeah, you know, you have a shower, you're feeling all clean, like, yeah, lick me out. No, I don't say that. Weird, creepy weird, and what she does is really wrong. So Hannah gives herself a little clean and gets Jason to lick her out.
Can I lick you out now?
In 2010, Hannah met Jason, and she brought to the in-laws the same dogged determination she had shown in her single years.
We were having dinner, and then after a few drinks, we put on some Greek music, started doing our Greek dancing. My aunt was saying how when she was younger, she used to be able to do the splits and she was really flexible. And then in the middle of this Greek song, Hannah, being quite competitive, decides to just like break down, get straight into the splits in her tiny little skirt. It came as a shock to all of us.
It is this competitive edge that has elevated Hannah to where she is today. Hanfest is already becoming the hottest festival, set to knock Glastonbury off the top spot, and it wouldn't exist without its founder. So let us all raise a glass to Hanfest, and of course, to Hannah.
Both here.
Oh, this will be my ticket for Hanfest. I queued online for hours for these and been waiting years. Yes, here it is. I can't wait. I'm so excited to go celebrate with Hannah. Right, I must pack. Get all the important things ready. Right.
On the phone, still trying to get tickets for Hanfest 2020. I've been on the phone for 3 days now, and I'm sick of it. I'm sitting there. Yeah, I can't get. I know Australia's far away, but it's a joke. Trust me, I've tried hard, but it doesn't look like I'm going to make it to Hanfest. But I hope you have a great time. I'm sure you will. I miss you.
I can't believe it. This burglar came in and he stole my ticket that I paid so much for and waited so long for. So I won't be able to come to your hen party, Hannah. We tried everything, but some bastard stole it. But I hope that you have the best time, and I'm sure that you will do, surrounded by all of your friends and people you love.